evening. This is your Daily Bread by Joy. I am Tanisha Murphy, and tonight is a beautiful night to be a blessing to someone out there. Today's episode is God's Mercy is for Everyone. This was previously supposed to air the weekend before Christmas, but I took that week off for the holiday, and we're gonna air it today. Okay. So, let's talk more about God's mercy is for everyone. Tune in. Okay. God's mercy is for everyone. Well, this episode is coming out of the book of Romans. And if you want reference, you can read chapter 12, 13, and 14. But Romans is one of three of my favorite books out of the Bible. Romans teaches you how to treat people. And when I came across these scriptures, I thought it was very helpful to put this in my podcast. And God's mercy is for everyone. You know, we're not separated, but the world we live in, people tends to separate you. It can either be from your color, the land you was born on, how you speak, how smart you are, anything like that. This world tends to separate you. And in God's eyes, we are all the same. You know, it speaks in the book of Romans that He wants you to understand this mystery so that we won't feel proud about ourselves. Some of the people of Israel had hard hearts, but he go on to explain that it will only last until a certain amount of Gentiles comes to Christ. And with this being said, that will make all of Israel saved. As the scriptures say, the one who rescued will come from Jerusalem, and he will turn Israel away from ungodliness, which is also known as you don't know God, really, to sum that up. And he goes on to say, this is my covenant with them, that I will take away their sins. So, with God wants you to understand that everybody is able to get saved. Not just the people of Israel or Gentiles themselves. He's saying that everybody is welcome to be saved. And Gentiles is another word for stranger. So people that wasn't chosen could still be saved. You know, many of the people of Israel are now enemies to good news. And he said that this will benefit the Gentiles. Yet, they are still the people he loves because he chose their ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So he still loves these people because he made a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But he still is saying that because he wants to save all, the people of Israel are now enemies to good news. God's gift can never be withdrawn. Even if he calls you, it can never be withdrawn. If he give you these gifts and he has called you to do a job for him, we have to do it. He wants us all to be ministers. He wants the word spread it around the world. So if he calls you to do that, then do it. People all around this world speaks on God, how good God is, or what God haven't done, or what God going to do. That actually lets me know that a lot of people knows God. A lot of people knows God, but a lot of people don't truly knows God. But let's continue. And God goes on to say, once you Gentiles were rebels against God, but when the people of Israel rebelled against him, God was merciful to the Gentiles instead. To me, that speaks on God saving other people besides the chosen ones. And to me, I believe that is because he chose these people and gave them everything they can ever desire, but they still had hard hearts against him. But you have these Gentiles that wasn't a part of the chosen people that came in, heard the word, and began to follow Jesus. But now these chosen people of Israel now has to share God's mercy for everyone. This scripture actually had me a loop. Like, it goes on to say, for God has imprisoned everyone in disobedience, so he could have mercy on everyone. I was like, wow. He has imprisoned us all in disobedience, so we could have mercy, so he could have mercy on everyone. So God, he knew that this world was going to become what it was. He knew that. He knew who his people are. He knows that we are emotional beings and that sometimes things are thrown off and things happen. So he imprisoned us with this disobedience so we would have to go to him and he could have mercy on everyone. Man, just imagine people that doesn't know God and don't know how to ask for mercy, don't know how to praise him. Man, but just think how great are God's riches and his wisdom and his knowledge. How impossible is it for us to understand his decisions, his ways? It is written that who can know the Lord's thoughts? Who knows enough to give him advice? Who has given him so much that he needs to pay it back? For everything comes from him and exists by his power and is intended for his glory. There is nobody capable of knowing the Lord's thoughts, can even give him some type of advice when everything comes from him and exists by his powers. So again, how is it possible for us to understand his decisions and his ways? You got everybody out here in the same Bible preaching, but have so many different groups. So many different groups, but with the same Bible. How is it impossible for us to understand his decision and his ways when everything comes from him and exists by his powers? In the same book, he says, how do we pretend to love others? Don't just pretend to love others. Really love them. Hate what is wrong. Hold tightly to what is good. Love each other with genuine affection and take delight in honoring each other. If this is in the same Bible, and I'm not going to even lie, I know that there's so much violence, so much fighting, and so much hate in the same book as well. But this book is showing you and telling you what life was. But God is not hate. God is not war. I mean, why would he just put us on this earth just to have war with one another? But since it has to be, now he wants you to understand that you don't have to hate. You don't just hate what is wrong. Hold tightly to peace. I mean, you out here fighting, okay. But what about the people that has families at home? People go out every day. Don't expect it. Don't think about dying. And come home to their family, their loved ones. But you got people out here that just goes out looking for war like it's a job. He wants you to love each other with genuine affection and take delight in honoring them. You have a lot of people that lives for crime and that just lives for nothing other than hurting folks. That's why this world like it is now, because we don't know how to just live in peace. But he also don't want us to be lazy. He wants us to work hard and serve him. He wants us to rejoice in our hope, be patient in our trouble. We live this life and we know we're going to have trials, troubles, and tribulations. That's just part of life. But he wants us to be rejoiceful in hope. Be patient in our troubles and keep on praying. Are we doing that? I'm going to tell you, my patience is very thin, but I know when not to get in no trouble, no serious trouble. Like, there's no use having your life taken from you for no reason, because you want to make the decision you want to make. Bad times and bad days does not last all the time. And that's why he tells us to be patient in our troubles. But this is why I stress being a blessing to someone on a blessed day, because we're blessed. Every day we wake alive, we're blessed. And by you helping someone else that needs a helping hand, you're being their blessing. And He wants us to do that. It speaks on when God's people are in need, be ready to help them. Always be eager to practice hospitality. Always be eager. And I don't, me sometimes, if I have it, I'm giving it. It don't matter if I have change, all I got is on me is a cup of change. I'm giving him that cup of change. Like, I got a lot of things I want to do to help the community, but it just takes time. But keep rejoicing in hope and be patient in your troubles. And always keep praying because He hears you. When you pray, He hears your prayer. But now He want to see if you're going to act on it with your faith. And when you ask Him for something, you got to have faith that He'll deliver on it. He don't just take it and give it. No, you got to work for it. You got to have faith. And sometimes times can be so bad that you lose your faith. You wasn't patient enough. You must admit, you must admit yourself to people that are over you. And He tells you, you're not only doing this for yourself, but you're doing it to avoid punishment. You're also doing it to keep a clear consciousness. And that goes for us in the real world, for real, because you have to submit yourself to polices. You gotta submit yourself to your manager so you can pay your bills. And you gotta submit yourself to your parents to honor them. He gives us everything we need to live in this world, to keep peace, but we do what we want to do anyway. So when the things that you don't want to happen, you can't blame yourself but yourself. He wants you to pay your taxes. And this is for the same reason, to avoid punishment. Everybody hate paying taxes. I hate paying taxes, but I gotta pay them. It's in the same book that He tells you that the government workers gotta be paid too. They serving God in what they do. Give to everyone what you owe them. It's in the same book that He don't want you to be borrowers to anybody. But if you owe them, give to everyone that you owe. Pay your taxes and your government fees. Give respect and honor to those who are in authority. Wow. A lot of people might question this because, we got a lot of bad cops in the world. We got a lot of bad people that are in authority. But the key words here is to avoid punishment. God already knows how this world is. He knows how people use their power. He knows everything because for everything comes from Him and exists by His powers. So God doesn't miss anything. But He knows that you're not going to be in agreement with punishment. And again, this comes from your decision. Man. But this part also kind of took me for a loop. Like, you know, everybody goes around saying, this group's supposed to do this group's supposed to do that. You're not supposed to eat this, you're not supposed to eat that. But in the same way, some think one day is more holier than the other, while others think every day is alike. You should each, and he's telling us that we all should be fully convinced that whichever day you choose is acceptable. He also said that those who worship the Lord on a special day do it to honor Him. Okay. Now, this is saying that if a certain type of people want to honor Him on Saturday, they can. And if certain people want to honor Him on Sunday, they can. Whichever day you choose is acceptable. Those who worship the Lord on a special day do it to honor Him. It doesn't matter which day you call special, it's all is to honor Him. Now, those who eat any kind of food do so to honor the Lord. Now, I goes on to say that certain people do not eat pork. Okay, that is also to honor the Lord. Certain people eat pork, and that is also done to honor the Lord. And you ask how? Because we give thanks to God before we eat anything, and that is through your grace. And for those who refuse to eat certain foods also wants to please the Lord and give thanks to Him too. So with this being said, why is there separation in the people of God when He has told you that anything that you do to honor me is acceptable in my eyes? Man. For we don't live for ourselves or die for ourselves. We live to honor the Lord, and we die to honor the Lord. So whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. And for that reason, Christ died and rose again for us, both for the living and the dead. Wow, everything we do on this earth is to honor God. So why is there discrimination? Why is there separation? Why is it battles between certain groups of people that teaches from the same Bible? That teaches from the same Bible. I don't understand it, So I go on to read on in the same book. He wants to know, why do we condemn another believer? Why do you look down on another believer when we all are believers in God? We have to remember that we will all stand before judgment. We will all stand in front of God when it comes for judgment. For the scripture say, as surely as I live, says the Lord, every knee will bend to me, and every tongue will declare alliance to God. We are all God's children. It doesn't matter what you believe in, what you eat, what you wear, what colors you wear or do not wear. We are all His. And I really like this. That's why I love Romans, because it teaches us how to live with one another. But I really hope that you really understood today's episode, because I teach on peace, love, happiness, because that's what I get from God. I don't like to see people in pain. I don't like to see people unhappy or wants to break each other's bones. Decision making is a big part of life, especially when you have families and kids to raise. He tells us you should want to avoid punishment. Nothing should be able to take you from God and what He got you doing. Okay? So that's why God's mercy is for everyone. So I'm going to move into the verse of today. And I'm gonna read Romans 14:12 through 13. And this is from the New Living Translation, I'm sorry. Yes, each of us will give a personal account to God. So let's stop condemning each other. Decide instead to live in such a way that you will not cause another believer to stumble and fall. So I really like this one. He's telling us that everybody will have a personal account to God. So it's really not your job to condemn anyone. Instead, you need to live in a way that you will not cause another believer to stumble or fall. So your job is to worry about you and your personal relationship with God, and don't be out here causing another believer to stumble and fall. That is not a tough job, since God wants us to minister to everyone and bring him as many followers as we can. Okay. So that was your verse of today. So this week, remember that God's mercy is for everyone. I don't know how far that this message will go, and I do hope that it gets around to a lot of people that are in different groups, so they can understand that in my eyes there should be no separation when it's one God and one book. So I think we all should come together and make this world a better place. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. That was your daily bread for today. I do, as always, thank the people that do listen to this message, and that you should always tune in on Mondays. And you can find me on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram at The Daily Bread by Joy, and Twitter at JOR Clothing. Please always remember to be a blessing to as many people as you can, and to always walk with God. God will show you the path you need to be on and help you in the decisions that you have to make. I hope that you have a safe week, a prosperous week, and that you get what God has given you this far. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon.